Good morning. Good to see everyone. Let's see if I can fix this over here. I'm always fiddling with stuff, trying to get it right. Good to see you guys this morning. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, and I'm very happy to be here. I want to talk about the fact that your child needs a stable mom. So welcome to the Freedom Forum. It's a place where moms can have the opportunity to consider some strategies, some ideas for how to make sure they're living a life that is free and that they are becoming the best version of themselves so that they can help their children soar in life. Good morning, Priscilla. Good to see you. So today, I want to talk about the fact that your child needs a stable mom. So I'm debating about where I want to start. I'll start with me. I was challenged in a number of ways as a young mom. But one of the areas that I really struggled with was my emotions. I was not even really clear, good morning, Terica, about my thinking. I found myself in depression and sometimes not understanding how I got there. Until one day I figured out, and it was through going to counseling actually, that I didn't realize what I was thinking. And so I was challenged to journal. And so I began to write out my thoughts. I began to see what I was thinking. I began to understand. Good morning, Lauren. I began to understand why I was in, such a depression most of the time, because my thinking was very down. I always thought whatever, the worst. If something was going on, I just took it to whatever the worst possible conclusion was. And I lived in that place for many, many years until I began writing my thoughts down and I could begin to challenge what I was thinking. Good morning, Jackie. Good to see you. I could begin to challenge what I was thinking. I could begin to become more rational because as a young mom, I was quite irrational and I was driven by my emotions. And it made for a very unstable house. It made for a very unstable environment for the children and for my husband. And so recently I had a mom come into my office and she was just devastated. She was devastated because her child was cutting herself. And mom did not know what to do. And so mom made a confession to me. She said, I think that I'm the reason for why she's cutting. And so I asked the mom to explain. And she said, a year ago, my husband of 25 years walked out on me and I fell apart. She said, I cried every day for a year. I could not get myself together. I could not figure out why he left. He didn't even want to talk to me or talk about it or any of that. And I just fell apart, not realizing that my daughter needed me. And so my daughter even at times would say, Mom, please stop crying. Or, Mom, I need you. But I couldn't hear her because I was in so much pain. This is what this mom is saying to me. And so she said, for a year, I, was unstable. I was depressed. And I didn't realize that impact that would have on my child. And now my child is cutting. She's crying out. She's saying, I'm in pain. She's saying, I need an adult here in my life that's not going to abandon me. She said to Mom, look, Dad abandoned us physically, but you have abandoned me emotionally because I cannot navigate life without help. That's what a parent is for. And now that Dad doesn't even want to talk to us anymore, I'm not sure what I did. That's what the daughter's saying. I don't know why Dad is treating me like this. What did I do? But Mom, you are just so totally unstable. You are telling me that God can take care of things and help us. And well, that's what you said before Dad left. But now that he's gone, we don't go to church. You don't talk about God. In fact, you're bitter against God. And I'm lost. I have no one to follow. I don't have any direction for how do I get through life now when things didn't turn out the way that I'd hoped that they would. Mom, I need you. And even in the midst of her saying that to her mother, her mom still didn't get it. And it took this poor little girl to get to the place where she's literally cutting her wrist before Mom woke up and was able to begin to see that her daughter was crying out for help. When Mom woke up, she found out that her daughter was being bullied at school. And when she woke up, she walked into her daughter's school and the police were taking her out handcuffed because the daughter had gotten into a fight. Because the daughter had gotten tired of the kids bullying her and she finally fought back. And her reward was that she got handcuffed and taken to the police department. But God used all of that to help Mom wake up. And praise God, she woke up before it was too late. And so when I remembered that story, and then she brought her daughter, she pulled the daughter out of school. Good morning, Christine. She pulled her out of the school system she was in, and she began to homeschool her. And the daughter is doing much better. But that story helped me to remind, good morning. It helped me to remind myself, and it helped me to remind moms this morning. Your child needs you to be stable. They don't need you to be emotional. Good morning, Felicia. They need you to be able to deal with them in a manner that is rational. Hollering, yelling, blowing up, going off is not how you're going to help them get to where they need to get to. And so if in our own selves we are not stable, it is very difficult to be able to help the child become stable and get to where they need to get to. And so we have to find ways to make sure that we are in a place that we can talk to that child in a way they can hear us. They're not going to hear us if we're yelling. They're not going to hear us if we're always angry. They're not going to hear us if we're always complaining. And so I, as a mom, I literally had to go on a fast because I was so used to pointing out all the stuff that was wrong that I had to learn how to look for the stuff that was right. And it was there. But it was just that because I was just so used to fix, let's fix, I ended up becoming this person that my children didn't want to be around. I ended up becoming this person who was not a place of stability for them with their hormones going up and down, dealing with their peers, dealing with this wacky world. There's all this unstableness already around them. There's unstableness within inside of them as children. They needed something to be stable. And it had to be Mom. Because we're the ones that are usually there. And so I had to learn how to grow up. I actually began to understand I was spiritually and emotionally immature. And the number of times I blew up, the number of times that I couldn't understand, the number of times I tried to keep things in control were the things that helped me to begin to understand, how am I going to help them if I don't help me? And so I had to make a campaign on Anita. I had to begin to consciously and intentionally ask God to show me, help me to grow up emotionally and spiritually. And as I began to grow up and stop having temper tantrums myself, acting like a 5-year-old sometimes, which I have to admit I did, my children began to have a place where they could deal with their stuff. And then I could begin to give them strategies, the ones that I was learning, to help them to become more stable in their own emotions. Because I'm watching children these days, guys, and their resilience is lacking. We have children, the suicide rate is higher than it's ever been. We have children that are not able to navigate the difficulties in life. And the things they have to navigate nowadays are much more difficult than what we had to navigate. And we have to help them. We have to be that stable place because there's not much more that's stable around them. And so you want to create resilience in your child. You want to be able to help them to manage their emotions. You want them to be able to know what to do when they feel like going off. And we're watching our world where people don't know how to manage their emotions. And they just go off on everybody. They go off on people they don't even know because they have not learned to manage their emotions. They have not learned how to handle anger. They don't know what to do when they are discouraged. And so we have a number of young people who are committing suicide. They're creating a permanent solution for a temporary problem because they don't know how to manage their emotions and because they don't have people around them that are stable enough that can help them get through. And so I encourage you today, Mom, if you find yourself struggling, if you find yourself volatile, if you're up today and you're down tomorrow, and that's how you live in life with your child, you need to ask God to show you how to live in a way that is stable because they need you. They need you to be that presence in their life that is consistent, that is calm, that is rational, and that can help them navigate this wacky world because it's just getting crazier by the day. And so I am Anita Gibson. I'm a coach, speaker, educational strategist. And I need you to know, Mom, Grandmom, you guys are so important. Without you, some of our children are not going to make it. But with you stable emotionally, with you stable spiritually, you'll be able to influence your child in ways that no one else can touch. Not their peers, not the world, not the people they look up to, the athletes and the superstars. You have the ability, as you are stable and your emotions, to be able to make a difference in your child's life that will last a lifetime and that will help them when you are not around and this wacky world is doing what it does. Your ability to be stable yourself and then to teach them how to deal with their own emotions will take them farther than you ever know. So I am Anita Gibson. I'm a coach, speaker, educational strategist, and I am so thankful to be given the opportunity to bless moms because you guys are the most important people in the world. And without you, this world would just simply fall apart. And so if you guys want more strategies, you want to learn other ways of being able to be the best you can be. Hey Trina, good to see you. So that you can help your child, I'm offering a class called Discover the Star in your child. Actually, it's Discover the Star Power in your child on October 24th. More details will be coming. But if you really want to do a deep dive into how you can gain strategies to make sure you are the very best version of yourself, so that you can then help your child become the very best version of themselves that God created them to be, you want to check out the class. All right, guys, have a great day. I'll be talking to you. Love you.